5 years. That's how long I've been away from this place. 5 years of trying to forget the thing I shouldn't have done. Or maybe the thing I should have done, but didn't. Some mistakes happen in a single moment, but they follow you for years, like a shadow that stays with you, even when your back is turned to the light. That day, it was the end of my shift. Rain is hammering the windows. My boss called me in. 2 folders on his desk, and 1 small number out of place, a tiny discrepancy. Something that could be fixed with a signature, a small adjustment, or simply by not looking too closely. He said, "Fix it." No explanation, no threat, just 2 words, and I could have said no. I could have said it wasn't my mistake. I could have said someone else messed up, but I didn't. I was new. I didn't want trouble, and I told myself nothing would happen if I just looked away. But something did happen. The next morning, a name came up, not mine. A quiet man, soft-spoken, someone who didn't have the words or the power to defend himself, a man who always stayed late, a man who never caused harm to anyone. They blamed him, and I stayed silent. A silence worse than any lie. He was fired that day, just like that. A whole life redirected because I didn't speak, and I didn't understand how such a small decision could carry so much weight. Or maybe I did understand. I just didn't want to face it. 5 years passed. I left town, changed jobs, changed my life. But one thing never left me. That number, that wrong digit repeating in my head every night. Until 3 weeks ago, a letter arrived, a financial audit. Some old files were being reopened. They needed explanations. Nothing strange in the letter. But to me, it felt like every silent year had suddenly come back. I knew before the auditors dug into those records, before his name came up again, I had to return. I had to speak. I had to say what actually happened, not to save myself, but because someone else had once paid the price for my fear. When I came back, the city looked the same. Same rain, same streets, same smell of salt in the air. But I wasn't the same person who'd walked away 5 years ago. I searched for the man who took the fall for me. It didn't take long. People who live quiet lives usually stay in the same places they always have. When I saw him, he wasn't old, but something in him looked worn. Like he'd lived those 5 years a little heavier than the rest of us. A tiredness that sleep doesn't fix. We sat facing each other. No coffee, no small talk, just me. And the truth I'd run from for half a decade. I said, "That number." I changed it. I could have said no, but I didn't. And you paid for it. You deserve to know that. I was the one who was afraid that day. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He didn't even frown. He just closed his eyes, took one slow breath, and said, "I never understood why no one spoke for me. Not the boss, not anyone, not you." But without hearing this, I don't think I could have moved on. Nothing about that moment was beautiful. Neither of us felt lighter. I wasn't forgiven, and nothing had been fixed. But something did happen. The truth was finally spoken, not in a file, not in a report, but between 2 people who'd finally faced what happened. When I stepped outside, the rain had started again. Almost like the city was saying, some things don't wash away. They just fade with time. I didn't fix the past. I couldn't. But before the auditors opened that file, I told the only person who deserved the truth. I don't know what will happen on audit day. I don't know whether it'll fall on me or on my old boss, or if anyone even cares anymore. But I'm ready now, for whatever comes. Maybe I won't be forgiven. Maybe I'll pay for it. Maybe he'll never speak to me again. But the debt I carried for 5 years, today, at least a part of it, was finally paid. Not completely, not heroically, just humanly. And maybe that's the last thing I still had left to do.